everyone, my name's Hannah and some of you might know me from Girlguiding Gwent's PR team. I'm part of the team that puts together all the lovely virtual events and runs the social media alongside Andrea. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about my guiding journey, where I've come from and what I'm doing now, and all the marvellous opportunities that Girlguiding has offered me. So I became a member of Girlguiding as a youth member at age 7 when I joined Brownies. So Brownies is for 7 to 10-year-olds. I joined Brownies because my mum put me into all of the different activities as I'm an only child, and she wanted to make sure that I made lots of friends and gained as many social skills as possible. So that's the reason that she put me into Brownies. As I say, I loved Brownies, spent the 3 years there until I was 10, and that's when I moved on to guides. When you became a guide, this was 18 years ago now, when you became a guide, you had the G file, which was like the Bible of everything you needed to know about guides. Had all the information in there about badges and the different awards that you could earn. And it also had 2 pages in there about how you could help out with younger sections and become unit helper. So you could become a brownie helper or a rainbow helper. Rainbow's our younger section, they're ages 5 to 7 and 4 in some places. And it told you about all these things you could do with these younger sections. I thought, you know what, I'd really like to do that, I'd like to help out. So one of my mum's friends ran a brownie unit in the area, and she said, yeah, come along and you can give us a hand. So I went along, I was 12 at the time then, and I went along and I helped out at Brownies on a weekly basis. I was learning lots of leadership skills from the leaders that were there. I was developing my own leadership skills in that way. And I just really enjoyed going along and helping out every week. As I got a little bit older, I started running my own activities. And then at 14, you leave guides generally and you become what was then a member of the senior section. It's now called Rangers, but it is exactly the same. So I went along to senior section, and then at 14 you can also start your young leader qualification. 14 is also the age that you can start volunteering for Girlguiding without being part of one of the youth sections. So if you're not a guide or a ranger, then you're able to become a volunteer in your own right. So if you're somebody out there who's ages 14 to 18 and you're looking for something to do, a volunteering opportunity, then you are able to join us in Girlguiding and become a volunteer. So I carried on volunteering then, and as I say, I started my young leader qualification. I had a lot of support from the leaders in the unit. I also got to go along to some young leader evenings and meet up with other young leaders around my age, and we could discuss and learn things from each other. That was with young leaders from all across the county. I remember having a pizza night the one time, and we went along, we all had pizza, but we also did some training and learned some new skills about how we could go back into our units and run some activities and show our leadership skills. So then at 16, I was still going to Rangers, but now I could start my adult leader qualification. So that's what I did, and a lot of the skills that I learnt from my young leader qualification were transferable, so I could transfer those across. Lots of the activities I did then counted for my adult leadership qualification. When you start this qualification, there's some training that you are required to do, but again, get so much support in all this. A lot of it now is online, so we get what we call a safe space training, which is safeguarding. Because you work with children, you need to know a little bit about safeguarding children and the protocol in place if you should need it. So that's all online now, and we're able to do that. There's also first response training, so first aid training, so that you have those skills if you should ever need them. We always hope that we don't. So those were all given to me then at 16, and I spent the next 2 years completing my adult leadership qualification. Now these qualifications are all available, but you don't have to do them. So they say that some of the training we do need to do in order to keep ourselves safe and our girls safe, but the qualifications are really down to the individual whether you want to complete them. You can turn up on a weekly basis and give a helping hand without having to do a qualification if you don't want to, but they are available there. For me at 16, I felt it was really vital to get some of those things done One, because I really enjoyed it, but two, it was absolutely brilliant for me going forward, applying for my university degree. I was able to tell them all about these things I'd learned and the qualifications that I gained. So it really is quite helpful in that respect. So at 18 then, I was a fully fledged adult leader, still running our brownie unit alongside a couple of other leaders. And then our numbers dropped and we decided we need a rainbow unit. So we opened up a rainbow unit. That's still going now, that was 7 years ago now. And we are running that unit. We have 20 odd girls, which is amazing. And that means that they can go into brownies and then onward. As I say, I was still a member of the youth section at this point because senior section went up to 25 at the time. So I was still a member there and I had so many opportunities through that. I went to Austria as part of the Girlguiding Cymru team on a jamboree. I actually spent my 16th birthday there, which was amazing. I then also got to do my Duke of Edinburgh award. I did bronze, silver and gold. It was the toughest time, the expeditions, but without the support of the volunteers, honestly, not sure I would have made it, but I absolutely am so glad that I did. I also completed the highest award in Girlguiding, which is called the Queen's Guide Award, which is a 3-year-long award. So quite a commitment, but again, the support from volunteers around you is amazing. And I was able to get that, and I went to the House of Commons then to have it presented to me, which was amazing. Since then, we've also opened a guide unit. That was 4 years ago now, because our rainbows that started off when we opened our rainbow unit are now old enough to be guides, so they're now our guide unit. And that's amazing, having them from 5 to 14 is such a lovely experience for them and for us, a great continuity as well. And next year we'll actually be taking them to Switzerland on a trip, which, wow. So the experiences that I've had through Girlguiding are just second to none, and it really is however much you want to gain from it. There's so many opportunities and you can take part in all of these different things, but then also what we need is leaders in the unit meeting every single week. That's what we need, especially I know I'm commissioner now for Newport and we need those leaders. We've got girls on waiting lists. And that's what we need. We need those people in the unit meeting place every single week, giving their best, volunteering for us. So there'll be a link with this video, I'm sure, that will take you to our website where you can register interest and find out more information. And if you'd like to do that, that would be brilliant. And that'll put you in touch then with some of the leaders in the area. So thank you so much for listening to my story today. And it would be amazing if we could see some new faces in Gwent and in Newport.